Well, hello, hello, hello. That's 3. 1 extra for the road. Welcome back. It is so nice to be here, be robed on a Monday, of all things. It's very nice of you to join us, drums, but shh. Alright, getting situated. Getting situated. 1 second. Get some beautiful views while I'm reaching every which way. Why is there so much condensation? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like something that should be there. Alright. We have lighting. We have barrages, as I believe it's pronounced. I just have to pour it off camera. Or else. So I'm gonna get the lemonade lobby on my ass. And that's gonna be sour. Sour experience for everyone. Why am I missing health already? Did I, like a massive fool, forget to heal before saving it? It seems that way, yeah. It seems that way. Okay. I'm ready now. I probably should have waited to start streaming until after all of that was already performed. Where in the hell would there be a site of grace? That's why I'm missing so much health. I'm having traumatic flashbacks to the scorpion attack. It's fine. We're all fine. So, we took care of Bonnie Jail, which seems to be the one jail that I know of that we did not even set foot in. Hooray, hurrah, we finally put our filthy little foot in it. Bellerat Jail is then, I'm assuming, the one that has the big throne room? Let's go check. That's our last little bit of unfinished business from last time. And then, I spent a little bit of my last evening, placing some markers on the maps. Both this one and the original map of potential sites of grace from the master list online that I do not recognize and do not have. So we'll try to stay in the shadow realm for now, but there might be some caves, some, dare I say, dungeons that I have not been in, even back in the original map. Why are words coming to me so slowly? It's like a terrible William Shatner impression up in here. Great. Bellerat Jail. I forgot how much of a nightmare you are to navigate. Here we go. I do believe. Did you also find the Lamenter's Jail? I believe so, yes. And I think Lamenter's Jail is one of the only ones that I delved down into. You punched me. You filthy little puncher. Punched me and I wasn't even expecting it. I should have been. What was I saying? I think I was just saying that it would be probably easier if there was a way to start at the end of the jail. It would probably make me closer to the throne room. I don't think there is one. There's probably a one-way exit once you're in the boss chamber, but not accessible from here. So we're starting at the very beginning, and I'll just try not to die. And we'll try to be relatively quick. I am so glad to be streaming on a typical work day. What a privilege it is to see you all there. I feel like this should just be... Though I do like the ambiance, the variance in color. It's a little bright. A little bright down there in the corner of my eyes, so I'm going solid red. Not today. Ha ha! I expected your ambush, or at least got really lucky about it. Nobody'll know which. Not until they read my last will and testaments. Sorry I got so angry with the mints. Just been feeling a bit testy. Frozen maggot and glowy eyeballs? You're just hoarding all the good stuff for yourself? Across the way there is a completely unclaimed item, just resting on its laurels. I would like to find my way to that, for sure. There's so much gentle weeping in here. It's freaking me out. This would be generally the right direction to get to that hidden item, but also a one-way trip. You got any secrets for me? Hey! How dare you? Oh, looks like both of us can throw stuff. How about that? I don't think there's any secrets. Oh well. I could not believe it, on the subject of potentially missed sites of grace. Which is not like a small thing. If I had missed, a talisman here and there, you're like, yeah, sure. Such a large game, that's bound to happen. But a whole site of grace, an entire fast travel area unclaimed, shames me to think there would be even a small handful, but I think I found like 14-ish that I did not recognize. Maybe some of those will turn out to be mistakes in memory rather than map exploration, but I don't think so. So I'm actually really, really excited to find that many potential new areas. Here's the item that I, like a fool, must have walked right past in the... Quick check down here. Doesn't look like anything I want to be involved with. Hello, Mr. Ghost. I'm gonna let you off easy this time and not paddle your little tuchus. It's really none of my business. So, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a very long time ago, but I believe that we had gotten almost to the base of the jail. We descended a staircase that would have led to the throne room that I'm picturing. It's more of just a small dirt pedestal, if my memories are correct. But I'm going to keep calling it a throne room. And then it broke out from underneath us. And it did not seem to be the kind of thing that would be like jumpable, traversable from the top half, so I'm assuming there's some sort of sneaky way up, like a ladder hidden somewhere. And therefore we should go like right down to the bottom until until we see that bridge, and then we'll be good to explore. But if there's any chance that the only way to get to it is from above, I don't want to be too hasty in my descent. It's a great early DOS game, by the way, if anyone's really old. If your back hurts as much as mine does, then Descent, what a great game. Especially when you had to sneak around to play it behind your parents' backs during, like, church potlucks. Yeah, that made it all the better. Oh, hey, little guys. Oh, hey, big guy. Just gonna let them have their family reunion here. No need for me to start slashing. It's very, very late course correction you performed. Ta-da! The throne room. That is what I'm trying to get to. And again, it really feels like it would be a ladder from below. You're about to push me down there. Why would you do that? I don't know what you were jiggling for, but stop it. Ladder from below, but the fact that there's all these sort of like flat, sneaky pillar areas also makes me think it could be invisible bridge time. It could be an invisible bridge from over here. Would also have no idea how to get there, so, This is what we're after. Let's try to search as thoroughly as we can. But first, it's lemonade time. My back does hurt, yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you carry the team through all those levels. Peter Joseph, happy anniversary. 48 months. How could you? Literally, which buttons did you press? I'm quite lost when it comes to the Twitch UI. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining us in our misadventures. So that's where you end up, no matter what. And again, that gap does not seem to be, leapable. There's definitely a little bit of ledge action round the left side there, so something could come up from below. It could be like an elevator pot situation. It does not feel as though I could have gotten there from up higher. But that could be completely false. I'm not sure what gives me the right to say that. And the pillars and the potential traversable area of them leads me to wonder. I want to be smart about large drops, but it kind of feels like that's our only option. Donk. I'm gonna donk you right in the pot. Oh, it's bursting with flavor. What's happened to me? Really? Okay. So here was where our initial thonk wee down to the depths occurred. I do feel like coming up from around that left side makes the most sense, but that's just because I can't see over there to disallow it as a potential entrance point. We searched. There was like a couple of alternate pathways in this small labyrinth of jars that we looked at pretty thoroughly, but clearly we're still missing something. I just want to make sure I'm not being hasty before I leap down there, but there's no other way that I am seeing. Therefore, yeah, no, I could definitely make it. There's no way. There's no possible way. I must be missing some sort of sneaky ladder. And or a climbable spine. A climbable column. Won't somebody lend me their well-spaced spine and ribs? I'm desperate for human contact. It's just a guy. Was that an environmental obstacle, or did I just wake him up with my boots? Hey, no. Oh, one of us was going to get our move off. I wasn't sure who. Until the disappointment set in. Okay, so I seem to remember this is the way forward and down. And it could be that we have to go there, but let's try to search oh so thoroughly in the pots. Again. Again oh so thoroughly in the pots. So, like, we can go over here. It winds back and drops us out back towards the beginning of that. There was also an upper level where we found some sort of hidden item. And then was there also a path, like, back here? Stop that. Sorry, barrel. So yes, there is a path here. And I do remember in this room somewhere, I think it's on the left side of the room, one of these wax seals is like a jump scare waiting to happen. Preparing myself emotionally for that. This doesn't seem like... Well, I've slipped right through the crack. Right through my crevice. My crevice? So I can get up there. Any other way across? Not sure how that worked so easily the first time. Here we go. I don't think so, not really. There's nowhere else I could land from here. I can't, like, right off the edge again. I don't think there's any way to get over there, and I don't really believe that there would be helpful things, even if it was possible. So let's search around here a bit. Just waiting for that jump scare. Oh, any time now. Innard meat. There you are. Hey, buddy. Donk donk. Alright. So, up here. We leapt across. I think we grabbed an item off of that guy's body. That wouldn't be anywhere new, and we've already gotten on top of there. Not seeing any passageways with those jars. So I don't think this middle platform does anything good for us. We're narrowing them down. It could be something tricky, like you have to break one of these pots with a ranged weapon and then leap across. But probably not. Probably overthinking it. So let's check down here. I know there's one way back and one way up, if I'm remembering correctly. Swing. Seems to be the way back. But also sort of up. I felt like the up thing was here. But I'm not seeing it. There we go. This must be the one I'm thinking of. So that's back where we sort of started. Just trying to see where we sort of started. I guess we just landed out there in the open area. So we got this. This doesn't really lead to anything across the way. I don't think any of these jars are elevatable. This one does look a little weirdly suspicious to me. Plonked in front of a small recess in the wall. But it will be a one-way trip, so let me just quickly peek up here. On the other path. It's not really going to get me anywhere either. So I think we're safe. Let's go take a swing at this one. A very ineffective swing, and then I would say the jar labyrinth is swept. But maybe that's just foolishness. There's gotta be a way up there. Definitely no way to skirt around the cliff edge. Alright. The good news is that's probably the most densely packed area we'll have to search, and now it's behind us. Hooray. So, let's try heading this way. At this point, since we're continuing to descend, it feels like a ladder is necessary. I'm not sure where they would put stairs in a configuration that would get us anywhere close to as high as we need to be now. So it's got to be some sort of hidden ladder or an elevator pot. And I do remember coming through this area being rather bombarded with innard meat from various angles and not looking very thoroughly. So let's try to take it as slow as we can. Sorry. Oh, your precious goo. I'm so sorry. Not the babies. No, Daddy's fine. Daddy loves you and is gonna meet you at the big farm upstate. Okay, you go back and play airplane. Don't get involved. Alright, not seeing any ladders here. Could also be like, I gotta get onto that jar and then that activates an elevator. It could be something very easy to miss like that. So I want to try that out, though it might end in our inevitable demise. This guy's just chilling. Just having a great day. No, come back! I didn't mean it. I kind of meant it. I'm glad you're dead. Darn it. I just feel called out. Thick pot. Thick pot you've got yourself there, sir. Don't just push me. Don't just push me like that. That's rude. Swing and a miss. Okay. So, originally, we went onto that pot and then down to the pillars. No, cute babies, go back to your airplane. Go back to your airplanes. Doesn't really look like a thing. Excuse me. So, first point of curiosity would be this. And it's a good one. That's a good point of curiosity. Now we're talking. Alright. Can also summon it, which might be necessary to live and get back down there. I keep thinking that these chains will not be corporeal, and my leaps through them will not be hindered, but that's a misassumption. Those are some corporeal chains. Alright, I think we've made it. Shouldn't stand in the middle of things like this. Oh, that's a bad idea. Having just watched The Cube last night, I'm thinking of these things. That David Hewlett, I tell you. Canada's treasure. Alright, we got some sort of sparkly item. Also an unpleasant, or not unpleasant. You look very pleasant, but you look displeased. A displeased-looking jar man. We good? We totally good, you and I? No, we're not good. There's nothing about us that's good. much innard meat. Okay, quick sweep around here. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing. There's a way back down without needing to use the elevator. I appreciate that. Because, unless I... Oh, I didn't know you could cross gaps. Cute. I hope they're going back to play airplane. Sure. Ow. Airplane. Nothing here. Nothing here. Hello from above, Jar Labyrinth. Alright, this looks like about it. Yep. Stop showing off now. Do we have an offering for the king of the jars? Great jar. What be this? Looked like an armor item? Is it a helmet? Let's go to our new section. It is a helmet. Comfortably fits over the head. When upturned, the attire of the shamans who perform their worship at jails increases the power of thrown pots of all sizes. They offer their prayers to the innards of the great jars, such that they might be reborn one day into sainthood. This is the cycle of death and rebirth, taken into the hands of mortal men. These sorts of things should not be in the hands of mortal men, in my estimation. Immediately wear that. Show me what that looks like. So here's the regular jar. What? I can't hear you. I'm making tandoori ears. And this is the great... the great jar. It's cute. I like it. I like it a lot. How very Soulsborne, player, to ignore the loot and do a sweep. Yeah, I've learned to get as much out of the environment as you can while you're still alive, before you fall into the inevitable trap. Well, this is just delightful. I like it a lot. And that is what we were looking for. Hooray. I guess we're probably stuck back here, fast travel-wise, so quickest to just continue down to the boss room and take the exit wisp. I don't know what to call it. The exit wisp? Is that what we're calling it? These kids and their lingo. Kids use the word lingo a lot, right? That's hip. Oh good, you guys did return to your play area. No, you go back again. One more time. To the play area. I was gonna keep this pothead on for now. I have no problem with that. Whoop. Oh no. I was hoping to play King of the Hill. I'm always relegated to being Bobby. It's fine. Sweatpants are very fetching. Okay, still a little curious about all the pillars. Giving me some Khazad Doom vibes, but I think we're clear. I think we're clear to proceed. And here be our exit wisp. What a treat. So, that concludes our unfinished business from the final session. I believe we are all out of, main quest stuff. It's probably a better word for that, but the stuff from the main quest. And therefore, our next bit of checklist business would be to investigate these potentially unclaimed sites of grace. One of which was very strange, because I swear I remember activating this one, where we were just fighting the King Consort during the last session. And we got our traditional post-boss battle Site of Grace, and yet it's not on the map. And not in my list of named locations. So I guess I didn't. And also it does seem as if a refresh of the environment has brought Tialier and, I'm assuming, Ansbach back into the physical world. Oh, I can't wait to wear those manchettes. The Furious Blade of Ansbach. It's a pretty fetching set of robes, really. I like the color. The Obsidian Lamina. Furious Blade. Thank you. What are you holding? What are you doing? Is your... I don't know how to ask this. Does your crotch glow in the dark? Could I get a peek? Could I get just a taste? I mean, just a peek. Just a peek. Tialier's hidden needle, mask, garb, gloves, and trow. Is the needle a weapon? I be curious. A fist weapon, yes, cool. Causes eternal sleep build-up. Concealed weapon used by Tialier of a design generally favored by poison wielders for dark and subtle purposes. Like St. Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden gorgeously, a rich poison is secreted from within, which sends its victims into an eternal sleep. Unique skill, Sleep Evermore. Pierces the enemy deeply with my beautiful eyes. And also a poison-coated needle that delivers eternal sleep. If the follow-up strike lands upon a foe who is already in a state of slumber or eternal sleep, it will deal significant damage. That's kind of neat. So you could have, like, the Velvet Sword of St. Trina in one hand and be building up sleep damage with a little more reach, and then just at the end, poke. I like it. Alright, anything else on Tialier's set? A mask upon which is carved a tranquil sleeping face. The silver hair is arranged in the same style as St. Trina's, increasing arcane. Just once, Tialier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. Additionally, countless needles are sewn into the exterior of his torso garb, apparently for talismanic effect. A dark attire of those who wield poison in secret. The dark gloves of those who wield poison in secret, ever scorned and loathed. That's a gorgeous... I'm guessing it is hair wrapped around the wrists. The dark trousers of those who are ever scorned and loathed. Oh, that's too bad. It's not your fault, Tialier. Just need a change of pants. The Furious Blade, incantation of Ansbach, produces a blood flame blade from the side of the hand, then lunges at enemies to cleave through them. Charge to increase the number of slashes. Markedly different from the finessed swordplay of the Dynast, this is an aggressive last resort of an incantation that gave rise to Ansbach's fearsome reputation. The Obsidian Lamina. Lamina? I'm not sure how American to get with it. The Lamina. Signature weapon of the pure-blood knight Ansbach, a viciously keen and slender scythe made for combat. The obsidian edge relies not upon trickery to fulfill its violent purpose. Only well-honed skill is required to rip and rend through foes, sowing blossoms of red upon the battlefield. I'm physically aroused by this scythe. What a great description. All right. Unique skill, dynastic sickle play, which is number 2 on my list of kinks. A finessed evasive skill that creates space to maneuver. Yeah, it does. Inputs dictate... I'll stop now. Inputs dictate the direction of the back step. Follow up with a strong attack to perform an advancing upward slash. Press strong attack again to bring the weapon back down. I mean, we're gonna need to see this in action. That sounds sick as hell. I really like it. Ansbach's boots. You'll never guess. They are the boots of Sir Ansbach. Black leather, adorned with gold embroidery, slightly enhances blood oath and dynastic skills. Ooh, sexy. Same story here. The attire of Sir Ansbach, the embroidered crest of the pureblood knights, has now all but faded away. Ansbach understood that keeping his oath to his old master was not an act of logic, nor would it bear any justice, rar. But it was for these very reasons that he was unable to let go. The wise man's mask gives the appearance of a quiet, wise, old, bearded man. So is Ansbach not a quiet, wise, old, bearded man, as I have this whole time been assuming? I kind of thought that the mask was the top part of the eyes, and he had a genuine beard, but that's part of the mask? It sounds sickle as hell. That's what I should have said. You're right. Curious, that. But an old fear lurks beneath, together with the cold, unflinching discipline that once honed his blade, now employed to enhance blood oath and dynastic skills. I'm gonna put all of this on. We're gonna play dress up. We're gonna play so much dress up. I've got a lot of armor. I need to sell some of these duplicates. Ooh, I've been collecting. What? Erdtree? What are you doing to me? Okay, Ansbach? There you are. Just gonna wear his whole set. There's Tialier's. Ansbach's manchettes. What's this? Fire Knight Greaves, delightful. What's this? Black Knight Greaves, delightful. Sorry, I got distracted. Like a greedy little squirrel. There they are. Ansbach's boots. Alright, we're wearing his whole set on the lower half. We're gonna throw his sickle into the mix. I guess I'm not even sure what manner of weapon that would be. Do we have other sickles? There we go. Obsidian lamina. That is a sexy silhouette cutting through the clouds. Alright, this sounded real cool. Let's see. Light attack. Good for the wheat. Heavy. The double. That's hot. We got a back step. And a little verticality to it. The rush. The rush and slice at your thigh veins. I like it. And then what was the... Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So I can dictate which way to dodge at any given time. That's really, really handy, actually. It's not that bad FP use-wise, either. Like, that's such a good technique. And then being able to just follow it up with anything. I kind of love an evasive, unique skill rather than a direct damage dealer. That's great. Sexy as hell. Alright. So, touch grace, which apparently I did not do at any point in my excitement. Can you also use that blood spell of his? That was so much pulp. So much pulp hanging off of that last sip. I feel violated. Was it an incantation? Or was it an ash of war? Let's check. Incantation for sure. Furious blade of Ansbach. Let's check it. Hot-blooded. Ooh. Sorry, I didn't. I don't know what came over me there. Ooh. It's real neat. That's maybe old man, maybe not even Hugh man. Has some cool stuff. Tialia, you're also here. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. That is really cool. Alright, so we now have this site of grace. Hooray, the gates of divinity. So I can remove this marker, which was helping to remind me. Good. There were a couple more within the Shadow Realm. One of which was like right down here. Which seems impossible to miss. And yet I've managed. I'm assuming we want to be on the lower side of it. I'm going to give myself an actual beacon. And then Torrent will speed us along that way. I tried not to spoil it for myself, to the best of my ability. I tried to see where it was, leave a marker, we'll go investigate. But I do remember this one probably being a cave, and therefore I assume it's in the bottom. Not, how do I say this? Spread the... at the base. Damn it. I think that it's down here, rather than at the top of the cliff. There, I said it. And it feels like we were kind of just over here, but we must have continually walked past it. Then again, as has been the case with all of these little excursions, I can never remember which canyon I'm actually in. There's like 2 or 3 in the Shadowlands that continuously overlap in my mind. Your headcanon, because of his use of eternal sleep, is that Tialia is not dead. He's just finally getting that nap in. That's a lovely thought. I will believe that. I also have not re-engaged a weapon that has been upgraded. This is a very cool, very sexy, but incredibly low-level Ansbach scythe. And I meant to replace it, but look at me go! I be the Grim Reaper, and I'm here to reap. And if you have any tears in your breeches, I'm also here to sow. Alright. We got crabs. Plenty of crabs. I mean, it is easy enough to miss, but still I'm filled with shame. Rivermouth Cave. So it's like some of these could be entire dungeons, with bosses and all, that I have not found. So I am brimming with excitement. I genuinely cannot wait for this. And what a fun way to put a little cap on our Elden Ring experience. In my opinion, at least. You might think it's tremendously boring, and that's your prerogative. But I'd also like you to leave. No. Oh, hey. You're beautiful. We friends? Could we be friends? Please, I beg you. Got stuck on the cave. I'm sure you saw. You didn't laugh at me, which was very generous, but... Heh. Huh. That seems rude. It seems rude to walk into a wolf's den and just start Captain Americaing the shit out of everybody. That's not cool. So much to answer for as a country. This particular tunnel shape makes me think it was dug by a living thing with big old claws. Not you. Not you. You're too cute. Ow, aw. That made me sad to see. You are currently wearing jean shorts with holes in them, so I suppose I do have tears in my breeches. I'll get my needle. I'll get Mikkola's needle and sew you right up. But then it's time for the reaping. What? What does that mean? Skywolf. And Skywolf 2, The Return of Skywolf. Well, that's an obvious trap. That's a structurally unsound place to stand. I love it. Alright. Alright, down we go. There is a passage there. Somewhat strangely. I'm guessing we just work our way back around somehow, as there does not appear to be a way to get up there. It is a gorgeous little cave. Though perhaps less so after my crimson redecorations. Maybe if we just walk real slow. I'm gonna check to make sure. There's not a little secret before the secret here. Just a quick one. Alright, take me down. It's true, it is paradise. And the girls are pretty. What? Okay. Hello, hello. We are going to need pics of those Daisy Dukes, if it's not too much trouble, yes. Both pre- and post-repair. In a couple of different poses. It's not going to take more than 15 minutes of your time. Okay, maybe 35 minutes of your time. The poses can be quite extensive. There is so much blood in here. I thought my crimson redecorations were a bit much. What a cool thing to stumble upon. Like, can you imagine if you were playing the game and you just thought, well, beat the boss, I'm done. There's so much cool stuff. Aha, this must lead back out to Skywolf Bridge. Let's take a quick, curiosity-satisfying peek at it. Sorry, I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, what a shame. Yep. Whip. You got a lot more health than your friends. Okay. Sacred bloody flesh. Yes. There we go. Just to double check. Alright, might be quicker to just drop back down here. Less twisty turnies. Yep. Ow, my feet. My feet and butt cheeks. We already checked here. We did. That was the first thing we checked, but yet I'm so curious about flat-seeming walls from under which blood is continuously spilt. These guys are my... like the guys I test weapons on. Down in the, what's it called? Deep Purple Garden entrance? And I'm used to there being like, oh, maybe two at a time, and still have died a couple of different times down there. This is what, like 10? 13? I don't know how to count. Oh, God, if I could count, I'd figure it out. That's kind of a lot at once. We thinking maybe Sacred Relic Sword, or... No, just me? Just me who's thinking that? It's a lot of big boys. It certainly is. This is going to be interesting no matter what happens. Hey, big boy. How did you survive? Tell me your secret. That is a slow sword when you're using it for regular physical damage. Ow! Ow! Stop punishing my butt! Stop punishing my butt. I know we agreed on a safe word, but I don't remember what it was. The safe word is... stop punishing my butt. This is probably going to be a weird segue, but hi, my family visit in the UK means that I can catch you while you are alive. Your partner and you have loved watching you play Elden Ring over the last few months. Again, I'm sorry about the segue that went into this very heartfelt, very sweet message. It has been a great source of joy and amusement, and we never miss an episode. It's been a ritual for us here in Australia, and we look forward to joining in when daylight savings catches up. Curse that American daylight savings. We love you, and I love you, and stay naughty, and I gotta head to bed, but I'll see you again soon. I love you too. I love you too, and I'll see you soon. I'm so glad you can catch us all live for a little bit. That is so kind. Of course, as soon as you enter, you're pleading for your butt not to be punished. I'm sorry. I'm not even a little bit sorry. It is such a pleasure to catch you. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope that your travels are safe and successful. Not to mention thrilling. I will see you next time. Alright, I think we can put this away. Thanks, Sacred Relic Sword. You never let me down. Speaking of which, I always remember that the Sacred Relic Sword was like the... You can only get it after you defeat the endgame boss of Elden Ring. And we have now defeated the endgame boss of the DLC. So I gotta go back to the round table hold and see what that weapon is, because maybe it's another showstopper that I cannot live without. I'm gonna need... There's one thing I'm gonna need here. I guess this halfway works. This'll get me partially moist with the blood of my enemies, but I do need, like, a full... Just a full lie down? Yeah, here we go. That's what I need. I'm gonna spread out, baby. There's a living man over there. But he's not bothering anybody. He'll be fine. I'm gonna find an area that has a few fewer bones. And where it's spread out time. I don't know why that pleases me so. I'll speak to my therapist about it. But for now, I've never been happier. Alright, get over here, you. Oh, you were guarding all the pretties. You got so many pretties back here. Sanguine Amaryllis. That was actually my birth name. I don't know why I changed it. That's way cooler. God, I'm gonna have to change it back now. What's this? What's this? Upon this slab of stone. What's this? What's this? It's nothing that I care for. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub. That is so kind. I'm very glad. Of course, as soon as you come in, it's all about that ass. It's about... It's like 98% about that ass. Is that such a crime? Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little. That looked like a very rough roll. I think I dislocated a shoulder on that one. Right onto the gravel. Oof. Okay. Of course. Of course it was. I didn't really see during the commotion. One of them had like a huge... I'll figure out a different way to gesture about it. One of them had a huge staff. Damn it. A huge throbbing... Damn it all. He was holding a weapon that was different from everyone else's weapon, and it wasn't salacious in any way. But I don't know if he died in the initial blast. Or what. I was curious about that spear. His big throbby spear. Hi. Chief Blood Fiend. What? What? Oh! That was a lot of slashes. Ow, oh, okay, you hit pretty hard. Pretty hard. Alright, that's enough. That's enough shield action. Ouch. I can't see what's happening. You've pushed me into the stalagmites. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that follow-up. I thought for sure we were friends now. Oh, I thought I could get it off. No, stop. You stop. There. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to poke at you a little and try to get off. I mean... Whoa! Fancy. What are you spewing? Stop spewing! Really does not stagger such a large gentleman. I'll be over here whenever you're done perspiring. Expiring? I don't know what I mean to say. The Blood Fiend Hexer's ashes. That is the spear I'm looking for. No secret cache of treasures? Ah, I found it. I found the treasures. There's no place to even sit in here. I guess there's some nice rocks, but they're a little scratchy. They're a little scratchy for my bottom's taste. It feels like a lonely cavern. You just realized you're not wearing the floppy hood. Oh God, I forgot to put my floppy hood back on. Thank you for the reminder. There. Return to entrance. Thank you. You're naked. Yes, I was. It was the most ear. Nope. That's the most air my ears have felt. I get so confused in this tiny little brain of mine. Alright. That was the Rivermouth Cave. Boop and... a boop. One down. Seemingly another one here, somewhere near... what is this? Shaded Keep? Castellensis. Which would make... this Shaded Keep. Shadow Keep. I don't know. I don't know the names. So seemingly there was one inside of Castellensis that might be a little more complicated to get to. Excuse me. I was, this is not one of the sites of grace I was looking at, but there seemed to be a platform like halfway down this cliff that was very curious that I wanted to leave a record of. It's probably nothing. Let's go check it out real quick so we can remove that gem marker if need be. The river-mouthed... What did you call me? You heard me? You river-mouthed cave? That does sound derogatory somehow. Why don't you shut it, you river-mouthed cave? Like, hey, that hurts my feelings. Alright. Quick check down the cliff. Ah, spikes! Ah, spikes again! Damn it. They can't be avoided. They could easily be avoided, but I refuse. Aww. It's lovers out for a walk. Cute. I see you had the same idea that I did. Peeking off the edge. I remember a long, long time ago coming through this area at the beginning of the game and murdering that gentleman at the cliffside. And then did we not look over the edge? Or did we look over the edge and there's nothing? There's definitely something. That is a ledge. Indeed. I can't think of anything stopping me from following his corpse to the down below. Here we go. Just in case there's a sneaky little trinket. Sneaky little trinket for Papa? No? Not if I say it like that? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, that was a little longer of a drop than I intended. Thank you for not dying. Alright, it's about to get a little leathery. A little leathery in the wings. Sacred relic? Did you pick up that item that dropped in a similar place about 6 or so episodes back? There was an item in a pot. I believe we were in, like, the river... the underground river that leads to Cerulean Coast? And we did not pick it up. I never found the way down there. And kept getting distracted by shinies. So, yes, that remains a pick-upable item that I desperately need to find. I'm gonna have to scour that whole chasm and try to find where it might have landed. It's fine. It's a little steep, but we're gonna be... Ow! My knees. Hit. Okay. I do love this shield for flying, guys. Me with my penchant for melee weapons. Tend to have trouble when they're just out of reach, as you saw by my... Oh, nothing? No hits? Cool. But that shield, oof. Oof. Alright, no items for me? Just the sheer thrill of fighting a couple of bats is my reward? I'm not disappointed, necessarily. I'm just... that's it? Down we go. I can't tell if this connects back to that one... Yeah, I think it does. There's like a way up that cliff from below, and we got pretty high up here, and then could go no further, and I don't know if that's exactly this. If this was the go no further that we could. So it could be that I already, like, got the reward that was down here. Or maybe there was never a reward. And I'm just gonna have to learn to live with that. Either way, I think I can risk a little torrential hoove. This would have been a no-go zone, I assume, if we made it this far. But I sure didn't see anything on the upper layers of that. That would have been a grabbable item, so maybe it's just a shortcut to get down here earlier than you normally could, without having to make it to the lower plateau here, which is great. So no item reward needed. Thank you for the traversal options, Miyazaki. I love you. And curiosity satisfied. How about this Castellensis one? Would it be like up this road and through the tower and then ta-da? Or would it be from inside the castle? I almost feel like it would be an alternate way in, like a back entrance. So I'm curious to maybe take a quick peek over this side, rather than wind our way through the entire castle over and over again. You're a pick-upable item? You scour that hole! What's happening? What's happening in this chat? And where can I get some? Explore that chasm. Yeah! Alright, so round this way. I think I'm headed for that tower, effectively. A good visual reference. Yup. There's shadow men in the trees. What am I playing, Alan Wake? Nordic walking. Good for the blood flow. No. No way through. Alright, I'll continue to check around. Just making sure I'm not missing a sneaky little ladder or something. It would be very poor castle design if there was a sneaky little ladder. But here I am searching. Well, this looks promising. Shiny little fireflies. Shiny indeed. Captain. You guys ever hear of the chain of command? It's a chain I go and beat you with until you understand who's in command. That's enough references for now. We'll get back to it. Alright, this is probably so slippery with moss that has to be impossible. I'm gonna check around the other side. Oh. Speaking of slippery with moss, hot damn. If/when the Elden Ring DLC playthrough ends, and I'm not suggesting that it ever should, it would be great to see a final draft playthrough, absolutely. That is teetering on the edge of my coming up next list. I've been trying to, I guess, punish myself? I've been trying to, leave a little gap between the initial playthrough and the final draft to the point where I forget everything that happened, which, to be honest, happened several months ago. I have a famously terrible memory. So it is high time for a little Casper darling in my life. Oh, that was beautiful, but not what I wanted, and sort of a pain in the ass. But beautiful. Hey. Kind of rolled right into it. Don't scream at me. We can work this out. We can work this out without resorting to verbal abuse. Let's just keep it to strictly physical abuse, shall we? Alright, let's try to get this item. Yep. And then I walked right off the edge. Sorry, Torrent. Yep. Alright, Smithing Stone 3. Does kind of feel like that might... I don't see a door, though. Maybe there's a bit of scaffolding that would get me over the wall. Any way over that wall would be what we're looking for here. I am seeing that we have some runes. Lost and discarded to the east. I have no memory of where I last died, but apparently it was to the east. Good job. Like a gold medal fire blast. Right in the middle of my nose. Anyone who's carrying a torch must die by order of the Queen. Oh. That settles that problem. Now this is where I have died. We'll get that pesky rune icon off the map. Or off the compass, at least. After these references, Firefly Watch through win. Any go-ram time you want. I'm ready. All right. So maybe it's not. Ah, there is. I see. On the far end of that bridge, there's a staircase that leads to the top of the wall. So we must have to get up there. I don't see a spirit spring or anything, so there must be like a sneaky set of stone steps. A set of stone. I'll take that, thank you. I'll take your life. It's not too much trouble. Nice dodge. Limber. Limber boys. You with your little shields against my shield. I'm gonna have to throw it behind yous. Okay, so we just gotta get up there. And then I think our problems will be solved. How the hell do we get up there? Taller rock than I was expecting. Whoop. So many throwables. Like an infinite amount. Get out of here, Torrent. It sure doesn't seem to be a matter of stair-stepping our way up. It doesn't really look like the platform up there extends any further. So, through the mountain? Secret, secret, secret. I can't look at my map while I'm being bombarded. But I'm safe, I promise. You can open the map. Apparently I'm not holding health potions. But hi, Mimic. Nice to see you. Alright, just let me look at the map. I swear I'm safe. I swear I'm fine. It's map time, baby! Here we go. So I could maybe drop down onto it. Though I feel like that would be a far fall. I also have no real recollection of how I got up there in the first place. Maybe it's around that way? Because it sure looks steep over here. Let's check. That would be a very, very far fall, though. Surely that's not the solution. So I'm kind of thinking maybe like cave through the mountain that ends up over there, but I'm not seeing one from this angle. That is such a long way to fall, and I'm not seeing any, like, stair-stepping doop-doop-doops to get down to it, so, ugh. I am not sure. There's gotta be an easier solution. Trying to see if I can spot a cave entrance from anywhere over here. But it looks pretty closed off. Pretty flat. Let me see if indeed this even leads up there. I have no memory of how we got to that mausoleum. Maybe it was a spirit spring. That would make more sense. Because it's definitely not a physical path. Oh, God. Okay. Good to know. Spirit spring? That I could maybe abuse to land on the bridge instead? Otherwise, it just has to be from inside Castellensis that we get out there, and then I don't know what the purpose of this bridge is, but we'll find out when we get there. This feels like a sneaky alternate way into the castle, but I am apparently not high enough in my intelligence stat to figure out such things. I feel like I'm just getting further away. I'm further away than ever. To the top of this. I'm trying to think. I know this is a dead end down here. I'm trying to think if there was indeed a spirit stone geyser, spirit spring, in the Templetown ruins. Let me take a quick peek. Now I'm really far away from where we need to be. I'm just getting further and further away. But I do feel like there was... That's the one. I do feel like we had a big, giant leap up there at some point when we were around the Templetown ruins. I still can't believe how obvious the door is to get in there in retrospect. Just sitting there at ground level, waiting patiently for me the entire time. So that's way down below. Not what I'm looking for. I wouldn't think it's like further away from the cliff than this. So it must be further up here. That's all the way to Rao. I'm trying to remember if we ever made it onto that secret church. I feel like I would be less wildly curious about the secret church if we had, but we might have made it up there. I'm wildly curious. I do feel like we saw that horned Talon man. It's the Talisman. I feel like we saw that guy from above, and where else could it have been but there? So stop getting distracted. There's the spirit spring. I was 3 feet away from it on our first guess. Yep. At least we can get a better look at it from up here, I'm hoping. You did it! You did it, Torrent, I'm proud. If you didn't have so much moisture in your lips, I would kiss you. And I would enjoy it. Sorry, what? I was daydreaming about something private to me. Like, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what it was about. It's just something private. So yeah, there's no way in hell I'm surviving that. It's the longest drop onto a rickety wooden bridge ever. Cool. There's definitely no series of small cliffs that would tempt me downwards. So it's sort of just gotta be a... I don't know if it's like a one-way door is the thing I'm worried about. If we go to Castellensis and try to find our way over to it, is it going to be a, the door is locked from this side? Because that's like an obvious way in. It's just not obvious what the way in... Ah, I see stair steps down on that side. So if I could get over to this waterfall... Which is easily done. Alright, now we're talking. Now we're cooking. To the high road cross. Just double jump right before landing. It works every time. I feel like it should. I feel like that should be a solid rule of gaming. If you can double jump after falling 10,000 feet 5 feet before the ground, that equals 5 feet of fall damage. And I'm not sure what sort of mathematician worth their salt would come up with a different answer. That seems crazy to me. Alright, great. I don't think we explored over here in this very corner tremendously thoroughly. I know we went to that teleporter that took us to an early peak of Rao, but I don't know if we ever came back here afterward. So this should hopefully speed us where we need to be. Oh. I was not expecting it to actually be on the top of the cliff. May as well get this, so that when I die to that horseman, we'll just pop right back up here. Now let's go die to this horseman. Hey, how wet are your horse's lips? Is that rude to ask? I guess so. I guess it was. Whoop. Alright, Torrent's taking a bit of a beating. That does a lot of stagger to a horse. Mounted gentleman. And the horse lives. Get out of here, buddy. Yeah. Alright, great. I've had my fun. Now let's take a peek down here. So this is what I left the marker for, but in my mind, as I imagined it in my mind, I was fully expecting it to be inside this little castle wall. Fantastic. Remove all markers. Oh no. I spent so long looking at the list. Let's try to take a peek down here. Woo! Where's that ledge I was promised? There you are. Yep. Yep. All right. Now we're talking. Kinda curious to nibble on some of that grass over there. It's always greener on the other side of the chasm. Got a lot of regular soldiers. Steak of America. Tempting. What do I have that is highly flammable and of a deeply sensuous nature? Regular fire pod, of course. Yep. I was kind of hoping there'd be more of a chain reaction than that, but hooray, they're both dead. That's all I really desire. I mean, they're letting me summon Mimic, why not? I was feeling a little lonely. Also have no health whatsoever. Thanks, Mimic. That's what I needed. Okay. Woo! Gusty. Gusty in my underrobes. Watch out for the explosive barrels. You've got this. I believe in you. Good job. Oh, there's so many barrels. Aww, I've gone bright red. You're deeply flammable and sensual. The average terminal velocity of a human is about 144 miles per hour. You'd have to jump in midair at 4,400 miles per hour to counteract the velocity. It's totally possible with my dexterity and strength. Have you seen my calves? Would you like to? Okay. You left for a second, and you come back to me discussing the moistness of horse lips. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have left. You shouldn't have left for a second. You just have a mental image of someone making a jumping motion in free fall, like a full frog leap. Just. Yeah, show me them gams. Oh, now I feel pressured. But okay, I have an entire gallery of pictures prepared. Pictures prepared. Mimic, are you making flambe in there? Just walk out, very demure, very mindful. It couldn't have been me, Your Honor. What did you do? Why are they all dead? Alright, I remember seeing a ladder. And it's the one we came down. Good. I was like, I wanted to make sure there wasn't a ladder on this tower. It was where we started. I love seeing my mimic do that even more than I love doing it myself. Alright, finally the answer to what is hidden on this plateau comes into view. Some sort of a ghost man with a ghost item. Ouch. That hurt my pride. And that hurt your back. Stop being dramatic about it. Ooh, alrighty. Should have been watching where I was going. Okay. Luckily, we have a site of grace for that. Just as soon as my map is accessible. Just as soon as my... Okay, I'll get further away. Boop. Now let me... Stop throwing things. Making this very troublesome. Are you chasing me through the underbush? Is that what's happening? Get away from my underbush. Speaking of underbush, I'll be right back. 1 second. Wait, why segue into it with that? Oh, hey. Oh, hey, yeah. Fancy seeing you here. You should be going to sleep, but it's a nice excuse to be kept up, and you should be getting ready to work. But here you are. That little notification, Peter is live, is just a siren's call. I'm sorry. I'm taking you away from your responsibilities as an adult human person. But also, screw it, I guess? Is that fair to say? I am so glad to see you guys. For however long I may keep you for, selfishly, in my greedy clutches, it is a privilege to adventure with you all. You'll go to bed in like 10 minutes. It's fine. 10 minutes later. I'll go to bed in like 10 minutes. It's fine. All right, we are obviously back in action. I'm not going to re-equip fire pots. Nobody's got time for that. Nobody's got time for me re-equipping my fire pots. Oh, your axes were a little bit sharper than I was expecting. Ouch. Ooh, your spear, sir. How it punctures me so. The reach on it, too. Quite impressive. Alright, give me a moment. Give me a moment to breathe, would you? You're just over there with your flames? It's fine. Pretend that went smoothly. Just pretend. Alright. Now don't get knocked off the bridge. If at all possible. Yeah, take that, decrepit wall. Gotta... I'm so sad. I'm laughing, but inside there are tears. Back to the site of grace. It's very slippery. And I'm oh so incompetent. Damn it, Peter. Pretend that went smoothly. My apologies for your precious time. You just want to see what's across this bridge as badly as I do. And here I am teasing you deep into the night. What? I stand by it. Ooh, we're back. Alright. Why not? Tinkle, tinkle. We're doing nothing but shield. Very demure. Worked out well for my mimic, it'll work for me. Mimic. Where are you? What have you done? Oh, something shiny. Blessed bone shard. You should put that back in his leg. He's gonna need that later. What if his little brother needs a marrow transplant? Also, what if his little brother has to grow up without his influence because I killed him? Alright, just shield. It's gonna go great. It's a bit showy, Mimic, but I appreciate you. Clear the bridge. Captain on deck. Or I don't know, maybe like a corporal. Greater Potentate's Cookbook 3. Honestly, a bit of a disappointment, but I appreciate it. Collect the whole set. After so much work trying to get on here, I was kind of hoping it'd be like a Smith script weapon, but that's a lot to ask, and this is not a ruined forge, so fair enough. Alright, good. Sweep the rest of this little outbuilding here. Oh, hey, buddy. Buddy o' mine. What? Nice, mini-boss. See the ladder over there as well. I would hate to miss a mini-boss. Can't reach me with your sexy tongue. It's gonna keep trying, though. Oh, you could reach me with your sexy tongue, and it's very sticky. Why so sticky? I hope my tummy rumbles didn't just deafen the battle noise. Licky frog tongue. Do I get it? Do I get licky frog tongue? You're kidding. No, you're kidding, right? Out of all the things he was holding that I wanted, it was licky frog tongue. Not the shields. Licky frog tongue in chest? There's gotta be a better way to phrase that. Ah, smithing stone, I've never been more sad. I also want to sidestep those Gatling turrets real quick. But I think they're pointed the other way. It's hard to tell. It's fine. Okay, who do I need to speak to about acquiring licky frog tongue? I will not leave here unsatisfied. Donk. What a total donk. I guess down the ladder we go. It's gotta be a thing, though, right? If it exists in the game. Probably nothing. Hello, hello. Nice to see you there. Welcome. You're just in time for the descent. The drama. There's those turrets. Now I gotta be careful. Hip. Apparently they defend against shield quite well. Oh, come on. Fine. So many more of them. They're everywhere down here. Surely this is where they're keeping the Licky Tongue vault. So well defended. Take a quick peek over here, make sure I'm not missing something. Like a fine wagon. Oh God, I was looking forward to that. It's a bit rude. A bit rude of you all to welcome me in this way. You got him? Oh yeah, you're good. You got him. Opening a chest right next to an explosive barrel just sounds like a bad idea. It's like a real bad idea. Licky tongue? Serpent flail! I mean, thank you. That's much better than, like, a broken rune. But no licky tongue. Flare, O serpent. A flail with coiled snakes for bludgeoning heads. Not real ones, though, right? Because that's animal cruelty. Fire roars within the snakes' bodies, inflicting horrible burns. Some of Mesmer's army used these flails to burn horn scent, to brand them with agony and fear. All right, Batman, calm down. Ignites a flame inside the snakes, temporarily empowering flame attacks. Once ignited, strong attacks and other moves that strike the ground will cause an explosion. And my licky tongue is... What button do I need to press? Bloodfiend Hexer's Ashes, I forgot to look at. This spirit conducts blood boon rituals. Brandon Blood Boon, with a sacred spear, casts blood flame hexes, and takes singular pleasure in letting the blood of foes. Sorry. Long ago, a subjugated tribe discovered a twisted deity amongst the ravages of war, and they were transformed into blood fiends. The Mother of Truth was their savior. Who is the Mother of Truth? Is it Glenn Close? Okay. I can't help but notice developers that I am licky-tongueless. Even after all of this effort I've put in. And I guess I'm just wondering why. Like, why? That would be a pretty kick-ass name. Brandon Blood Boone. For his black metal project. Alright, so I don't know why I was expecting to connect to the main area of Castle Ensis as part of this little excursion. I guess that's foolish. Seemingly can jump down there to some effect, which leads to the main area of Castle Ensis, thereby making my previous statement completely moot. And I feel quite foolish, but I feel like there's gotta be something else here besides this small item I missed. I'm not even sure what you would call that besides tongue attack, if I was to Google it. If I was to do some Googling. But it does feel like we've expended all of our options out here. Perhaps time to drop down? Yep. Maybe it's something that I just picked up without thinking about it, without having seen it in action, to know what it was. And I should search through my crucible spells. Got a little something else up here. Good. That's where we found Milady, way back in the day. Ah, we were but a babe. But an infant of level 220 or so. Can probably leap across there. I'm not sure if you would need to, but you probably could. Thanks for coming with me, Mimic. I'm sorry I summoned you for this. You're used to more explosive boss battles, I'm sure. Final opportunity. Cross your butt cheeks and toes. Arrow's Soaring Sting Talisman. Increases the effective range of bows and raises the attack power of arrows and bolts. It would be fantastic if I was using arrows and bolts. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The door to the microwave! What is wrong with you? I'm dying for that crossover now. Okay, that's not licky tongue, but for bows, hooray. If I was using bows, I'd be so excited right now. And I am kind of curious what a playthrough like that would be like. Try to do the whole Sorin arc right. Okay, I can't get Torrent. And it's probably doable. Even without Torrent. Yeah, whew. Hey, buddy. Do you want to be the new Torrent? Hee-yah! No, I would crush you. I would crush you between my thighs. All you have to do is ask. Anything up here? Probably right to scatter after what I said. After what I intimated. Very intimately. Seemingly nothing above. It does lead to this waterfall area, which I don't know if I've reached before. Through another avenue? And regardless of if I have or not, is it instant death? Will it kill me? Yeah, maybe. Oh. Oh, good. It's not a fatal depth. Seemingly no goodies here for me. That's a little suspect. It's quite dark to know how far down exactly that is. But it does look like my best bet at survival. Alrighty. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Back down here, where the slippery mosses were. Alright. Yoink. Okay. So, despite raising a huge new question in the game for me as to where in the hell my licky tongue is, that does satisfy the site of grace that we missed. And I am nothing if not satisfied. Quick sweep to make sure there weren't any in the southern portion. I don't think there were. Another one that was very strange to me was apparently there's a site of grace here. And I very much did not see one. But I am quite foolish and limited in my ability to see things. I love a good secret behind a waterfall. I will check every time. Every single time. So I don't know if it's this sneaky side of grace up here. I don't know if it's in plain view. And gosh, I'm going to feel foolish. Or if it's maybe underneath this area. At a depth. Because I was specifically up here looking around for twinkle twinkles, and I didn't see any. Even though you are my little star. So I'm kind of thinking that there's a underground component to this, which is news to me, and also quite exciting. Where would we begin our search? And is it like, 20 feet underground, or is it like you gotta go to like one of the 6 or 7 300 feet deep caverns and work your way back up from the south? I am not sure. Sure not seeing any downward exits around this side of the cliff. We'll keep peeking and poking. Ooh, that was a little risky. Thanks, Torrent. Thank you for being confident in your footing. Please feel free to ignore all inputs from me. Yummy. I like those. Sad little sunflowers. Very melancholy and cute. Alright. Doesn't look like it would be a good idea to fall off any old wear over here. That's tempting, but no. No thank you. And if it's not like a ledge you can fall down onto, I'm not sure how else you could get underground in this particular area unless it's like very, very distant. But even saying that, I can't think of any of these like deeply underground. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I don't know if anywhere that's deeply enough underground that would connect way up here. It's like there's not a lot of options. That might be one I need to just bite the bullet and look up. Oh, that was not ground that I walked out onto. It's like a Looney Tune. I do not see anything. And there isn't like a secret staircase in the middle of this building. Question mark? Seems like just an archway, but it's so big. Like, what's the purpose of having a building of this size to create a small archway to get through to that chalice? It seems a bit much. I mean, hey, we've all gotten carried away on our private Minecraft server, but hot damn, Miyazaki. So it is curious. This is one of the more perplexing ones to me. And the only thing I seem to remember when I was, like, marking it on the map was it said there was a prerequisite, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself and did not see what that prerequisite was. Time to get prepared for work, so good to see you. Always a pleasure, thank you for the stream. And all the naughty thoughts. Anytime. I hope the work goes well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I hope I caught you in time. Bye for a bit. Much love. Okay, so I'm too curious about this one, and I'm gonna try to find the name of it, and then we can see. Shadow of the Erdtree, specifically Sites of Grace. Shadow of the Erdtree, specifically, if it's not too much trouble. I don't want to know what every item in the game is on the map at once. Now I'm overwhelmed. And there's so many pop-up ads. What's happening? I'm fine. Everything's fine. I've clicked on a Best Buy advertisement. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. Sure that's boosted your numbers. A Shadow of the Erdtree map. Thank you. Whew, I thought I'd be stuck forever. Alright, I just need to know Sides of Grace. That's strange. It is not on this map. And therefore maybe just does not exist, and I'm out of my gourd. But I know when I was looking through the text version, like, this is the actual visual map. I just thought I'd go right there. And there isn't one that I can see. But when I was going through, like, this list of names, there is one missing. Curious. Let me see if I can find the... Never mind, apparently. My brain just denied me to finish that comment. If I can find the list of names. There, brain. Again. Let's see. Because this would be like... Find another one nearby to know what category it even is. Probably Shadow Keep? Shadow Keep District? Let's see. Alright, not gravesite. Alright, so I've got like 2 here, 4 here, 8 at the specimen storehouse, and 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, okay. That answers that question. Let me try Atlas, or Altus rather. I'm always getting that confused. 18. Got all of those. It's not in Abyssal Woods or Midra's Manse. It's like, maybe I'm just completely losing my mind. It was very late in the evening when I did this. Land of the Tower. This is not thrilling stream content. I do apologize. Let me just make sure I'm not glossing right over it. 6 there. 6 here. But that one I know about and have marked. It's not a problem. Those are all accounted for. And that's all to the south. So it's like, what would that one have been? Curious that. I guess I am just out of my mind, and I can live with that. I can come to accept that. But I sure would like to know what I thought it was. What was the origin of my madness? I am seeing one on this map. Can you tell me what the name of that is? Because it's Albinoric Shack here, right? Get out of the text menu. Yeah, there's one above Albinoric Shack on this menu that is not in the main interactive map. And I'm not sure why that would be. Just quickly scouring the walkthrough. And it doesn't say that there's a site of grace between Gaius and the chalice on the walkthrough either, so it must have just been a mistake. But it seems weird that they would have like a name for a location that does not exist. But that's fine. I'm going to leave my marker there, just out of curiosity. If one distant day we figure out why I'm completely crazy, we'll go back there. But that answers that. Okay, so one that I'm pretty sure exists, down here. Feels like we went down this long staircase in order to get to that second divine lion that was down here, and maybe we just walked right past in our haste to descend. I'm not sure if this is the closest one, or if maybe up here would be better. I'm going to start up here, see if we can get a bird's eye view. And thank you for your patience, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with that one, but maybe it just does not exist. Like the zeros in my bank account. I mean, there are some zeros, but it's just the one, really. Alright, I do need to jump down there. See if I can peek off the edge. And just because it sounds fun, whee! I'm on the roof now. I think I'm on the roof now. There doesn't seem to be anyone but all these horned warriors around. You've got wings, and I forgot. I forgot about your wings and your kung fu. Felt like I was through you. That one I took right in the face. I agree to take that one right in the face. Shh. That's right. Shh. Okay, what's over here? I was sort of expecting this to be this would be the higher level, and I would be looking down upon the lower level, but it seems like it's the opposite of that. And there is indeed a higher level there. I feel like the elevator must have been the way that we rose up into there in order to get down to the Divine Lion, so we're probably looking for an elevator down here. Would be my guess. I wanted my lantern out because it seemed quite dark and scary, but sure, Torrent can come. So this just goes down. but is also not quite lined up to that. Let's see if there's another one over here by any chance. Ouch. It wasn't too terribly long ago that I was in this area, and yet I've still managed to completely forget how to traverse it. It leads right back out here. Okay. So I think somewhere in that little cave network there is an elevator that will get me up to the level I want to be at. I just need to find it without dying to Circ Blade users. My constant quest. Your taters are so tender you don't even have to mash them. I am thirsty. Thirsty for your tates. Please put them in my mouth. There's that Circ Blade user that I'm so frightened of. It does feel like this is about the only progress area out there, so let me try to work around on this side of things. Pretend I'm coming from here for the first time. I believe we just ran through to the other side, and then we would eventually end up in the Church of the Bud, which is not where we need to be. That's where that spits out. I do not remember how to access that elevator. But I know we did it once. Hi. Good to see ya. It does make me feel somewhat better that a lot of these have been in curious areas. It's taken me a while to figure out which the hell way to go. So, past me desperately trying to find them has some small excuse. I don't know if we defeated the Church of the Bud before we got to the Dancing Lion. I kind of felt like it was the other way around, and that this is a dead end. Would be my thought. Definitely have that one good. But let's take a quick peek out here. And if that's the case, somewhere before we get to this plateau, Church of the Budward, we were able to get up there into that ruin. It must just be a longer elevator from below. No idea how to get there, but let's check from this side. Hello, hello, so nice to see you there. You are just in time to see me wander lost through the ruins in my little hospital gown. The back flap stubbornly refusing to close. I don't think it was like out to the right of us over there is that whole spirit spring and the invisible bridge. To the second, like, stone sword altar. I don't think it was over there. But my memory would not be reliable. And this just leads me back up to where we already ran around. Furiously looking for answers. So that narrows our options somewhat. This definitely just leads back up there. I wish I could remember better. How was it? There's an item on those ruins. How sneaky. How very sneaky indeed. Alright, like I was saying, I don't think it was over here that we got to that elevator, but now that we're here... That's... gonna be tight. Oh! Alright. Hey. What are you trying to hide? Pretty common crafting item. Oh, okay. I mean, it wasn't necessarily intensely difficult to get here, but I was hoping to be rewarded for my cleverness is all. It's so seldom that I have any cleverness to speak of, so I was just hoping to be rewarded. So we know we have to be in that main area. I just don't know how far down we must have to be. And it seems weird because it feels like in exploring that area we would have had to have crossed paths with an elevator chute of that size. And I don't recall one. It would be nice if that guy, with his giant bow, had some sort of grappling arrows that could just suck me across this crevasse into his loving arms. Suck me into your loving arms, sir. But apparently that's too much to ask, so I'll just go without. It may be worth checking over here. This doesn't really look like a stair step up to the top, but maybe it's something different. I'm just trying to remember if, like, the entryway into the area where we're stuck in is, like, underneath here? Or if this is the wall. Let me try to pay better attention this time. It feels like it might be lower than I'm thinking on the map. Yeah, it starts like right there. Which is troublesome. Maybe I can... try something different. I don't really remember what this leads to. I kind of thought it was just to the altar and then relatively dead end. But if I can get up there and then cross the water, we might be in a better position, and maybe I'm just forgetting that that's where this inevitably leads, because I was so greedy for the stone sword altar that I might have archived it as the main event when it was in fact not. Let's see. Ha ha! I think I was pretty greedy for that stone sword altar. I think that might be exactly what happened. In fact, I'm not even sure if I've been up here, full stop. So focused was I on my corporeal rewards. But this does look exactly like the the place we ended up. Yeah, that's the one I can't get to. I know there's a path along here. Maybe that's how we got to it. Because I know we were traversing those dark pillars. Did we drop down from here to get onto it? Yeah. It's worth a shot. It would make for a longer elevator. Okay, survivable? Be better with a ledge in betwixt. Ledge, catch me. I believe in you. Oh, Ledge, I'm so scared. You promise you're going to catch me? Oh, thank you. Alright. Maybe this was it, because it would be harder to remember. And it feels like the neurons in my brain that are responsible for, like, spatial mapping are reaching out, sort of tickling each other's fingertips at the thought of this. That's the spot. That's the spot. We are full tickling. I think this is the elevator we need. So sorry. Once again, I've gotten myself all turned around. If I was able, in my rather feeble meat brain, to retain any memories at all, these sorts of things might be easier. Wouldn't that be fun? Can't imagine it. But this should poop us right out the top. And how could I possibly have not seen? Yes, I was stunned by the view, and I'll use that as an excuse. But this is very obvious, and I should have found it. Touch grace. Can't believe I risked life and limb fighting not only that archer, but also the entire dancing lion boss without this site of grace. I was just leaning heavily on the stakes of America, which is no doubt why so many of them are headless and missing arms. Because of my heavy leaning. So that one I don't believe leads to like a new mini-boss or anything. It's just one very obvious that I should have gotten as we pass by. Hooray, hurrah. Boop. And is that all of the ones in the Land of Shadow? We got the Rivermouth Cave. We got the Shadow Altus West, I guess, is the name of it. I'm not seeing any other markers beyond the one that is apparently just a silly little dream I had once. I'll see if I can figure out what in the hell I was thinking there. Otherwise, I think that's all for the Shadow Realm. We have every one of our... Oh yes, and also the final Gate of Divinity. So I think we have everything fast travel-wise in that side of the world. Now, let me show you what an incredible fool I've been on the main game map, because there are a couple. There's apparently one here. There's apparently one here in the consecrated snowfields. Some of those are marking spirit springs. Similarly to the Gate of Divinity, apparently there's one in the boss chamber after you defeat everyone? Which I think I have done. Though I can't remember if it's one of those situations where it spits you back out to let you keep playing at the end, unless you New Game Plus it or something. But let's take a quick peek in here. I don't think it spits me out. But it also does not allow me entrance. My petticoats are filled with golden fog right now. So apparently there is one there, but that might be another one that's like only active during the final battle or something. I'm not sure. Probably not worth worrying about. So we have 2 in the consecrated snowfield. It didn't look like I was missing any in the Erdtree. Nor Altus Plateau. However, there was one in Volcano Manor that I did not have, which is going to be a little more complicated than I might prefer, because I think it's deep underground in a lava cavern. So I'm not sure which one would be even remotely close to that, but since this one seems to be on top, let's just take a quick peek. and make sure it's not lying in plain sight. I have to assume this one is underground, but we'll see. You went out, you got your oil changed, you came home, all with the stream running. And you gotta say, it's a challenging one to watch with headphones in public. I'm sure that there were some faces being made. I'm sorry for everything I said that got you on a couple of different government watch lists. You're welcome. I'm sorry for everything I said. What? Oh. I see now. Some of you are cute little goblins. I thought it was all sheep all the way down. Demi-humans, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's more flattering. I think goblins is probably a more honorable title. Definitely does not seem to be one up here. So I do believe it's in the lava somewhere. Hey, what are you doing here with the demi-humans? Stop that. Alright. Good to know. Just see if I can break aggro and maybe go down to the Inquisition chamber. It's nowhere near where we need to be. Rest outside of grace. Yeah, good. Whew. I was so worried. Okay, Seathwater River, I think, is just, like, completely outside of Volcano Manor. More facing that side. It's the closest one at a more acceptable depth, but I don't think it's what we need. I'm gonna try down here and see if there's any way I can work southeastish. He was just studying the demi-humans. He was a wildlife scholar. You basically just killed Wizard Steve Irwin. I'll never forgive myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Steve. Okay. There's some items sitting in plain sight over there. Probably not wildly important. There's also lava slimes everywhere. Their hearts filled with hatred for humankind. Also this guy. I think he was just mopping the floor. I probably shouldn't have murdered him. Oopsie daisy. You guys with your cute little antennae, you can live. Ah! Ooh, my boots! Okay, thank you. Is there a passage out here? Whew! I should probably be wearing some fire-resistant equipment for this sort of activity. Yeah! That's some thick lava. I'm so glad in Elden Ring that your equipment does not degrade and need repair, because I would be in desperate need of repair. This is roughly the right direction, and what I'm assuming is roughly the right height. That could change at any moment. Oh, good. I was like, that's not a boss wall, is it? It's just a slightly similarly colored bit of stone with a boss wall. You wonder why it was slightly similar colors. That fills me with shame that I missed an entire... an entire... Apparently there's a double abductor virgin boss battle in the caves. Everyone but me knew this, and you were keeping it from me. You were Truman showing me as a dirty little prank. I see. I see how it is. Man, it feels good to be back from the DLC. Just taking chunks. Chunks on chunks of health. Inquisitor Girandole. It's probably not how you pronounce it, but I tried to be really, pretentious with it so that you'd believe me. There's the one. That's what I'm looking for. God, I love this. A few hours passed when you went to sleep. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Have fun and catch you again soon. Absolutely. Thank you for hanging in with us for a while. Such a pleasure to see you. Thank you for hanging out. I hope that you still get some sleep. Alright, touch grace. How could I not have... I remember how. It's when you first go to Volcano Manor, I think you end up on that stone platform with the guy scrubbing the floor, and it's like, don't go in the lava. You're level 12. Get out of the lava as fast as you can. And I was like, I'll come back to the lava later when I have Link's special boots. And then I just never did. I never came back. So, fantastic. We have that one. We can remove... That marker was dead on. Go me. Don't think there's any real reason to continue exploring down there. Other than that, it's beautiful. So, that was the one in Volcano. There weren't any in Altus. I'm saving consecrated snowfields. Perhaps for last. Not seen any in Liurnia. Despite how much I'm yearning for it. Why did I leave? Oh yeah, that's like the Sorcerer's Tower where it's like, find the turtles. And I left a turtle marker. I don't need that anymore, though it is quite cute. Quite cute on the map. These are all Spirit Springs, so, were there any in Limgrave? I don't believe so. I think Limgrave is the one area that was more thoroughly explored. Though I remember this High Road Cave being a little sneaky. That one was hard to find. I do believe there was one in Caelid. Hereish. I don't want to be in the deep Siofra well. Maybe the shack would take us there. And then was there a second one in Caelid? I don't think so. Alright, let's knock out Caelid real quick. Leave a marker here. Jump to the isolated... Ah, there was another one by that tree that I just now saw. 2 in Caelid. Try to knock both of these out real quick. Having said that, like, oh, it'll be quick. 10 minutes in and out. We'll be here for an hour. I'll be looking and looking for the entrance to no avail. My little thumbs all sore and rashy. From the sticks, not from, like... Not from what you were thinking. What were you thinking? Thank you guys for coming on this little journey with me. I know it's not quite a typical progression. Explore, explore. Yay, boss! Some of these are just lying out in the open with nothing stopping you. And yet, in my foolishness, I never discovered them. Alright, that takes care of that. Boop and boop. What about this one? I can't remember if there's a cliff blocking us from getting to that tree. Let's try from here. The Calum Ruins. And we'll look for cliffs. It is almost 2 hours 30. But if we can finish off this little checklist, I sure would be happy. So this will be a bit of a longer session. If and you don't mind, why did I leave... Why did I leave a second marker instead of a beacon as I desired? Nobody knows. Alright. Towards the Erdtree. You there. Young boy. Whirl, O flame. There's another thing I missed. Good. There is indeed a big-ass cliff, just like... I don't know if you've been measuring ass cliffs your whole life. Is there also a guy pointing right to it? This whole time, there were environmental clues, and yet I was too thick in the head to pay attention to them? What silliness. What absolute buffoonery. Let's get down here. There's also a big-ass boss down here that I haven't defeated. Okay. Let's take this slow. Stop dodging. Stop dodging and die. Or just keep dodging. That works too. Okay. We've got an avatar. It's probably a bit overkill at this point in the game, but... I've cheated on every boss so far. Why would I stop now? Hey, buddy. You've pummeled me in the ass. For the last time. Probably. For the second to last time. Good. Good. Even in death, you taunt me. Alright. Green burst and flame shrouding. Boosts fire attacks. Boosts stamina recovery speed. Also, Whirl O Flame sweeps the area before the caster with a stream of fire. Sounds like you should speak to your physician about that. Fire beguiles those who gaze into it, and so the guardians of the flame are also its worshippers. The Inquisitor's girandole, as pretentious as possible. An instrument of torture used on nobles behind the curtain? What? Sort of steamy sex curtain they have up at the manor. Its numerous spikes pierce the flesh, and then singe the wounds with flame. Ooh! The smell of burnt blood induces despair in the victim. Well, yeah, that would work on me. A candlestick conceived by a thorough mind. Thorough? Is that the word you're using? Sure. I'm just being thorough, officer. Just piercing the flesh and then singeing the blood is all. Alright, so somewhere back here there should be... Ooh, what's this? What be this? There's another entire dungeon. I'm so excited. The minor Erdtree catacombs. Just real quick. Just 10 minutes, in and out, and then an entire dungeon also. Alright. It's not very welcoming. Down we go. Probably should have rested at that site of grace and gotten some potions back, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, we have further down, or same level. Cute. Cute that you'd think I'd fall for it. I see you there. No! I did in fact fall for it, it seems. Goopy. scooped me up right proper. Alright, you guys stay over there. I'll be right with you. Give the hobbits a moment, for pity's sake. Goodbye forever. Young butterfly. Around the slime. Whoop. Donk. Okay. And I'm scarlet rotted. I'm rotted so good. Flame! Cleanse me. Flame! Needed that potion, but I got very confused. Okay, and you. Hi. Good, good. Don't stand in the rot, you silly, silly. It's still increasing because you've ruined your boots. You've ruined them. Mother will be upset. Don't roll in the... Oh, no. It's much too late. I've rolled all around in it. Like a happy, happy dog. Okay, 2 more things to grab, neither of which seem desperately important. And don't roll. Don't roll in it. That does seem important. I don't think there are any other exits there. Down we go. Up we go. Huh. Well, that worked out. Sometimes you accidentally find the secret hidden under the elevator due to your simmering incompetence. Beautiful. I love this sword. Okay, so the getting out of here now. I guess there's no way but forward. There's no buts. Way forward. It was way too forward. This is all scarlet rot. All the time. Alright. Probably an exit. Let's check over here. It goes down so slowly. Oh, so slowly. I'll just flame cleanse myself. It's fine. No, you were already on the ground. No takesies backsies. I haven't been touched there in quite a while. No one's ever touched me that way. Aha! It's probably still like the whole top part of the dungeon we should take a look at too, but I'll happily skip right to the end. Locked by some contraption. Lock! How dare you? Okay, I'll go find a contraption. Some contraption. Any contraption will do. I'm being very overconfident. Crabs. What's the bad news? What's the bad news? Soup's on. Got a ladder. Up we go. Try to shake some of the scarlet rot out of my dress as we climb. I'm sorry. Find my contraption. All right. Ha ho! Sorry I called you a hoe. They seem peaceful, which makes me the monster here. dodge. Imphead Wolf. Here's where they were pummeling me with their fire pots. So maybe the contraption is further along the main progress path, and then the door was supposed to be the, you'll have to find it. And I just bumbled my way, these ears right into it. Probably okay to jump down. We'll figure something out. We know where to go. Leave that open for later. Down. Where we were originally supposed to be. I'm so glad to be getting some new dungeons. This is so cool. Hold still and die. There's my contraption. Lock. How could you? Ouch. Smooth move. I refuse to look at the ceiling. I refuse. It's all looking down at the floor for me, baby. Okay. Not sure what that whooshing sound is. The door is taking its sweet time to open, I guess. Wait. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Have I missed an illusory wall? Or was I very late to hear that comment? And it was about me about to be getting attacked from the ceiling. My hood does kind of block it, doesn't it? Like, what? Oh, there's the ceiling. Yeah. Like I'm under a solar cover for a pool in here. Getting warm and toasty. Alright, down we go. What sneaky boss awaits us here? It was further, right? I'm trying to remember now. It wasn't long enough ago to have forgotten, and yet I'm trying to remember. Here we are. Alright, give him a shield, 6 potions, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Also halfway to Scarlet Rot. Double burial watchdogs! Oh, one of them's magic. That doesn't bode well for me. Shouldn't be standing here. That is a lot of health. A lot of health for a single shield strike that I can do a bunch of times. Try sideways. He's bursting with rage. Yes. The Mad Pumpkinhead ashes this whole time. This whole time I could have had the Mad Pumpkinhead ashes. Ah, how incredibly foolish. Uh-huh. My "hey, during a typical workday, you would just now be off" alarm is going off. This is no typical workday. Again, quite pulpy at the end there. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind pulp, except when I do. Except when I'm not expecting it, and I definitely do. So, that should be Caelid taken care of. Let's demark it. We got our roadside. We got a full dungeon. Hooray. I think we're clean and clear. Down Caelid Way, Limgrave clear, Liurnia clear, Volcano Manor clear, Altus, Lanedell. Except for that one, which is a bit of a curiosity, we should be good to go to Consecrated Snowfield, where we just have 2 remaining. Provided this is along this wall here, that should be pretty close. Let me leave a beacon, and we will torrent our way thence. 2 left, and then I will finally be out of your hair. Thank you so much for your patience. Hopefully we can get this done before the 3-hour mark. And at that point, until, the inevitable madness playthrough, just glittering with frenzy on all sides. Which way do I go to the Consecrated Snowfield? Is it out here? Yay! Apart from an inevitable madness playthrough, we're kinda done. Kinda done with Elden Ring, and it deeply hurts my heart to hear those words. But what an absolutely life-changing adventure we've had. Like, there is no room when you're talking about Elden Ring. It's far be it from me to prevent anyone from spewing whatever nonsense they'd like, by all means. But when you're talking about Elden Ring, there is no room to say, there wasn't enough content! This has been nigh on 300 hours of delicious new stuff everywhere I turn, and I am so grateful for it. It will go down in my personal history books as probably the finest game to have come around in this decade, or perhaps the next. Okay, not seeing any twinkles up here. Maybe down below on the cliff wall? Unless that's instant death, which thank you that it wasn't. Pretty solid cliff wall. There we go. Ha ha! Seems to be another just basic roadside one that I've wildly missed in the fog. Glad to have it. I probably got my potions back when we fast traveled, but just in case, because I'm wildly paranoid. What's that? What's happening? I'm sure I've stopped this carriage and checked it for goodies in the long ago. But while we're here, I'll stop a carriage, check it for goodies real quick. They look so cute in their little Yeti coats, which I think is their actual, fur and skin, but I think they're cute little coats at the same time. And there you go. A little bit healthier up here in the Consecrated Snowfield than Caelid. Boop. I don't know why I always find it easier to just switch weapons rather than D2-handed. It would probably be easier to D2-handed. Yeah, I should have known better than to sit underneath you. Maybe it was was just the flame bow that got me. Perfumers? At a time like this? Where'd you guys come from? Oh, I'm out of FP for it. Fair enough. No, don't do that one. Anyone but oh god, there's Knight's Cavalry. It's gotten quite complicated. If there were Knight's Cavalry flanking this one, I probably have never... Yeah, I've probably never, taken them out. That's one of the things I try to avoid. Ooh, Torrent, I'm sorry. You took the brunt of that for us. So there could be something in the chest, if indeed there is a chest. Still got perfumers that would be nice to take out before we do battle. But maybe that's not gonna happen. I do not get Mimic. I wished. Oh, how I wished. Fair enough. Okay. So there's quite a few little guys. The only ones that actually pose a problem for me are the perfume crossbolts. But then the two Knights Cavalry that I have not apparently defeated low this entire game. That's gonna be my main issue. What weapon would be good at taking two of them on at once? Euphoria! I'm tempted to just go back to the fingerprint shield and ant spur rapier. It worked out so well for me. But it's probably not for every situation. I like the idea of hitting them both with Sacred Relic Sword, but that charge-up time is a little unfortunate. I'm gonna try some leaps. Some leaps from a distance. I gotta take one of these guys out so the carriage doesn't get too far away. But it would be nice to have them out of play before we go Knights Cavalry. I'll just let them ambush me from the side whenever they're ready. Here's what I was trying to do. Is your weak spot your butthole? I forget. I really thought about going for butthole for a second. Not that guy. Not the little guy with his feather cap. He's probably fine. Oh, you've broken free. That's good for you. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Thank you. I desire a moment alone with you. Alright, crossbow. I think the carriage is stopped. Let's try to take them out real quick before this gets messy. Hip hoop hip. Wasn't expecting you to take more than one hit to die. I've got a couple of runes in the offing, but ouch. Okay, perfumers are down. There's the Knights Cavalry. Should have time to look in the chest. Just in case. Sweet. Flowing curved sword. Don't you call the cavalry? Nothing going on over here. Everything's fine. Okay, fantastic. I'm so glad we found that. Would be nice to take out the cavalry as named mini-bosses. But, oof, I feel underwhelmed. Underprepared, rather. I'm quite whelmed, thank you. Was it you guys the whole time? Was the cavalry never over here, and you were just like, with your dogs, making the silhouettes? It's not a great sign that it got so foggy. Hello, hello, nice to see you there. Your nephew wants this game. Should I get it for him? What age are we talking about? It's not... I was about to say it's not tremendously violent, depending on what age we're talking about, but it is 300 hours worth of nothing but violence. He's 15, yes. Yes, you should get it for him. It is probably the best game a 15-year-old could ever have, in my estimations. And you can blame it on me, I guess, if anything goes wrong. So I don't know where the Knights Cavalry come from. Being that I was getting tricked by their sneaky silhouettes atop the ridge there. This guy's not hurting anyone. I don't know why I'm making his life more difficult. Guess I just don't want to leave him to freeze here for all time. Does it have war crimes in it? Not war crimes as such. But the fact that I have to qualify it probably isn't great news. I mean, you do kill pretty much an entire realm of folks. Some of them several times. It does not have war crimes in the same way that GTA would have war crimes. So yeah, I think it's probably fine. Much more fantastical war crimes in this game. Okay, that was fun. That was fun and great. Where in the hell? The war crimes were just the crimes that we committed along the way. I'm sure that's what war criminals tell themselves, yeah. It is so foggy here, I don't even know which direction to try. I'm not seeing any hooded figures haunting the distance in any old direction, but I also can't see very far in any old direction. Yoink? I think the game does technically take place before the Geneva Convention, so there's no war crimes in a legal sense, in the most accurate technical sense. Did I imagine getting pummeled to death by a giant three-headed flail? Was that just something that happened in my mind? So many wisps! Oh, they're everywhere! It's so wispy! Hi! I didn't know there was a ghostly dragonkin up here. Finding all sorts of little friends. Or was I just imagining it? Well, there you are. Hey. Ouch. He pulled my soul right out of my belly button. Oh, is that the problem? It turned to daytime, and they only show up at night. Which is also probably why I never ran into them in the first place. I remember that now. Thank you for the reminder. So wait until nighttime, and they'll probably be back around. Until then, apparently, there's also a ghostly dragonkin out there. How did I miss so many things in this thick fog? How? How could I possibly have not seen all of the enemies in this thick-ass fog? Cool. Back to the matter at hand then. For a moment. That's fine. I'll try not to be materialistic. 1 second, I'll be right back. If my mouse will work. Hey. So sorry. Where were we? Since there is a site of grace here, it's so foggy, but since there's a site of grace here, I'm just gonna increase time. The microphone is back. Your object permanence is happy. Oh, it would be devastating if it suddenly changed. Like, wait, it's different now! Pass time until nightfall, and then get my absolute ass handed to me, and then it'll be morning again. I think that's how time works. I'm pretty sure. I wish I could have a small distraction. The 2 knights cavalry on 1 me. Kind of a... I mean, now I know how every boss in the game feels with me and my mimic, but it's kind of unfair, guys. They are all up in that carriage's business. So they do flank it directly, which means that perfumers are going to continue to be a problem. With their weirdly thick health bars. And they're gone. It was fun to see them for a moment. God only knows where they've gotten to now. And we're in play. Wow, that was quick. That was quick with your glaive. Alright. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know what to try now. That was my big plan, really. What time is it? Back to morning. Every time they kill you, you gotta sleep for an entire day just to recover. Recover from the shame of it. So if I could just drag both of them away from the carriage, it would probably be for the best. I'm wearing delicious, fashionable robes, but I would like to kill them quite quickly if it's not too much trouble. And also, since they can kill me instantly anyway, what does it matter that I'm taking more damage? Hooray! Get back to some Rakshasa. Try to lure them away. Hey, sailor. Can I interest you in a nightcap? Apparently, yes. Would love to keep this just him and me. If he doesn't have some sort of telepathic bond with his buddy over there. Ouch. Oh, just the horse shoulder charge. To die to that seems like a particular insult. It's fine. Give me one moment. There's so many cords. I'm so tangled. I'm so tangled up right now. Due to my agonizing death wails, I've gotten quite dry in the throat. And what better way to soothe your raw throat than some highly acidic lemonade? Put it over there. Put it out of camera view there. Okay, good. Alright, I don't have a great plan for these guys. I don't think I have any way to get a distraction. I can split them up, seemingly, and go after it one-on-one, but I need to kill them, like, instantly in order to have any real chance at it. So let's try to kill them, like, instantly. It's nice, though I'm filled with embarrassment. It's nice to find something that's difficult to kill back here in the opening areas. I know that none of my, like, boosts, none of my shadow tree fragments carry over. I also don't need to worry about picking that up, as there is nothing in it. So I'm basically right where I left off in the base game, but with a couple of new weapons. I'm gonna show him my back. Ah, insulted, are we? I thought so. I thought as much. Really hoping that would be a 2-hit. It's better with Rakshas's set, but it's still gonna be a one-hit kill kind of situation. I do hope that if I manage to kill one of them, he won't respawn, and I can just focus on the other. But I don't know if that's true. If there's some sort of package deal. Not the time for it, but ooh, it worked. Get out of here. Alright. So far, so good. One more hiding behind the carriage like a coward. I'm gonna try to give them all a wide berth and pull him off that... Not pull him off... Never mind. I'm gonna try to get around him over there without pulling him off. And then lure him away with sweet kisses. I don't know. Hello, hello. I am indeed here to grace your ears, or whatever the hell this is doing. Oh, that's just a small jackrabbit. Good. I was very concerned. Huh. Get back here. You get back here and let me take your... I don't remember what. Cerulean... Is that just like a refill? I totally forget what those guys do. FP refill. Who be singing? It's another thing I've forgotten is who be singing? Alright, we'll worry about that later. I gotta go pull this guy off. You there. Young boy. Don't... Not after what you just said. Don't... Never mind. Just get away from the perfumers. just hit his horse. Yeah, good. I was like, wow, he has a much bigger health bar. I just missed him. Does have a much bigger range, however, which is oh such a problem for me. And also a lot of charge techniques. Troublesome. Yikes. Alright. I don't want to be there, that's the problem. I am aiming for his horse specifically, is why this is taking so long. I do seem to remember you can, like, knock him off his horse, and then he's on his feet. But he re-summons it after, like, a minute. Or less. If it wasn't for this shield, I would be having a much worse time. Also, if it wasn't for him getting tired and just sort of gently walking that way, I would be having a much worse time. I don't know why that is. I never fight anything on horseback, even if it's clearly supposed to be a horseback battle, like dragons and stuff. I'm like, I'll just jump off and run around, which is probably really strange. I don't know why that's like a torrent, quick, get out of danger thing for me. I didn't even know you could get the Knight's Cavalry armor. Plus an ancient dragon smithing stone? Hot damn. You shouldn't even touch that dam, because it is roasting hot. Alright, who was singing over here? I'm sure we knew this in the past, but now I'm curious. And it sounds lovely. The only thing I remember singing in the past are big old gargoyles. Oh, harpies for days. Is that what's happening here? Harpies for days? I'm sorry? Oh, is it you? Sorry, I slashed you on the back. I didn't know. I didn't know. Just call me Sam Wilson over here. Because I've been training in the woods while I work on my, like, houseboat or whatever it was. I don't know for sure that's who was singing, and now I've killed them like an asshole. But, yay! Stalwart Horn Charm +1. That was that's the unupgraded version of the thing we just found in the DLC. That I had apparently never found before. I'm guessing it must have been the shaman. Okay. All of my curiosity / questions answered. We have that one. Good. How about this one here? This looks to be another, like, cave, and therefore potential dungeon situation. Don't think it's the shaman. I've just fast-traveled away. And now I feel like a fool. I forget how gorgeous that is after you ruin the world. I've gotten used to the Shadow Realm having an intact tree. Sorry again, world. 1,000 years of compassion in the stars. I hope you like it. Alright, we're headed for that cliff. And I hope it's Heath. It's me. It's Kathy. I've come home and I'm... God, I'm so old. Mannequins? Or more accurately, marionettes. Marionettes dropping from balloons under a crescent moon in the snow. Miyazaki, you've done it again, you genius. gonna try the lower part of this. It's a bit of a drop. Ouch, sorry, Torrent. Ooh. Try the lower part of this cliff. First. Quite windy. Quite windy down here. What's happening? You and your nephew are now stuck on Margaret the Fell Omen, foul tarnished. That is a real fun spot to be stuck on. And I'm so glad you're playing. Okay. I guess base of the cliff was not the right choice. Unless there's an even basier cliff.
An even basier cliff.
It wasn't necessarily basier, it was just creepy. So I guess we check atop. Oh no, here we are. I just did not place my thingy very well. Do I have stone sword keys? I need 2 of them. I apparently have 2 of them. Boop boop. Not only an entire unclaimed dungeon, but a stone sword key dungeon? Spirit Caller Cave. That's not great news. I feel like Adam was just talking about this the other day. It's been so long since I fought spirit callers. Lantern. That's what I need. I was like, I can't summon Torrent. What were you going into that menu for? Your lantern. It's weird how the different parts of my brain just don't communicate with each other for these sorts of things. Should have seen that coming. Ow, my knees. Alright. Hit pretty hard for things that don't exist. Ow. Ooh. There are so many. There are so many chords. Why? I can't. It's gotten quite excessive. Hold on. Just gonna pull my whole headset out as I have tangled and tangled it. And I'm still used to, in my brain, not being able to speak when I've pulled my headset cable out, but that's no longer the case. There. How did it take that long to untangle? Now we just swoop the controller around the... Don't stab at things. No, swoop the controller around the side. And again, and then yes. Oh, thank goodness. I felt like I was handcuffed below the desk, and I didn't even ask to be. Now I'm having trouble finding the hole. It's fine, I'm fine. Okay. I'm back, I can hear. Your nephew is telling you to jump off a cliff for a rare item. And you're doing it. You're jumping. I hope there's a rare item. There's a lot of cliffs that have rare items off of them. I hope that's one of them. Oh, that'd be neat. Ooh. Is that a spirit called NPC summon? I don't think I've ever heard of such a thing. We both tried our little stabs, but yours was a little more effective. Oh, Rockwall, why? Why have you forsaken me? And I took damage from his fall. I was ready to ambush him with a little slice as soon as he landed, but he decided to kick me in the face on the way. And I commend it. That's exactly what I would have done if I was better at the game. Alright, Lantern. That is really cool that spirit callers can summon red phantoms? I did not know that was a thing. I should have checked on the upper level before immediately leaping back down, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, past the wolves. Grab my nothing. And then we'll be ready this time. I won't have my shield equipped. This time we'll be ready. They're also ready. Ready to do whatever it takes. Oh, nice hiding spot. I'm sure you're real proud of yourself. Okay, that's just gonna come back around until I find the snail. There you are. You sneaky little slitherer. Ooh. More wolves. There also seemed to be a passage up here. Let's check it real quick. I'm glad that our last one wasn't just a... Oh, side of the road. Side of grace. I mean, technically the last side of the road one wasn't either, but it seems to be taking me back up to the top. Good to have the full map of it in my mind, if nothing else. Seems too good to be true. Nice. I wonder how many, like, hero runes or all of the consumable souls I've collected over the game I still have left at this point. I know I used a couple of them a while back. This doesn't quite look like the other side of the pit that I was expecting. Is this the other side of the pit? Oh, hey, pit. How are you? Any other passages here? Otherwise, we should be clear to jump back down, I think. Yeah, that would be the site of grace. Looks like there was only this one. So we should be fine. Whee! Alright, pressing on. Where are you, snail? No doubt lingering in the bushes. It looked like a Canadian goose joined the fight until it turned out to be that snail, which explained why it was being so nice. I would hate it if there was Canadian geese down here. That would be too hard. Too hard. Alright, snail, where are you? Where are you, buddy? Which bush? Where are you going? It's a lot of trees down here. Another one? Oh yeah. Oh, there's definitely another one. Ooh, fancy. Whoop. Stop. Stop. Oh, I saw him. I saw his little head in the bush. There you are. Run! Run away! Oh, thank goodness. Those red phantoms are scary. Just furiously stabbing themselves in the bushes. Hunting you down. It's gorgeous in here. Oh my goodness. I want to live down here unless the snails also do. But if the snails die down here, then so do I. But of old age, after a nice, long life of beauty and serenity inside this cave. I didn't see a Steak America. Does that mean I have to kill all of those snails every time? I mean, it's not that much of a hardship, but it's a little hardship. Where's the snail? Where the snail be? Invisible? Oh, hit so hard. Hit so hard with your black flame. On my back flame. I'm just hoping I run into something invisible on the outskirts. That's my big plan. Mimic Tear will keep them occupied. Hmm? Is that just... it's just like a stick in there. I don't even know if it's like in here or if it's a phased thing. I would love for it to be in here. Alright. I'll help you out, Mimic. Just keep him busy. Keep him busy by being very vulnerable against that back wall. Where are you? Oh no. Alright. Maybe it's a phase. I like his little tail. That's cute. I don't like the fact that all of his robes are made out of human skin. But I like his little tail. Woo. Been a while since I fought these guys. Look at all the tricks they have. Alright, where are you? There you are. Don't you call anything else in here. You've done enough. Whew. Godskin swaddling cloth. Cute. I like its little hands. Oh. What do we got here? Summons a circle of black flame pillars around the caster. The gloam-eyed queen led the apostles. It is said that she was an Empyrean chosen by the Fingers. The Fingers! I'm not sure where this accent has come from. Godskin swaddling cloth. Sacred cloth. Made from supple skin, sewn together. Wow. The gloam-eyed queen cradles newborn apostles, swaddled in this cloth. Soon they will grow to become the death of the gods. White reed set. Greaves of the white reeds fashioned from banded iron plates worn by the Inaba, head disciples of the great swordsman Okina. The Inaba traveled in pursuit of not only the master who abandoned them, but also proper deaths, won honorably through hard-fought combat. To be a white reed is to seek death, fitting for the Inaba, who desired nothing more than to die by the sword. Nice. Gorgeous set. Alright, shaman leggings. The ancestral followers live a distance from the Erdtree, awaiting new buds. They are certain to sprout from their very flesh, and indeed their souls. Ow. That sounds unfortunate. Knights cavalry who ride funeral steeds. These greaves are thinly painted with dried blood. Oh no, we can get that wet. The knights cavalry, who now wander the dim roads of night, were once led by the fell omen, and were deliverers of death for great warriors, knights, and champions. Ding dong! Who is it?
Death.
Gorgeous. We also got the flowing curved sword. I want to see how that moves, because I know we got a mace. It's like that mimic mercurial material, so I imagine it flops around a lot. I want to see how it looks. Legends speak of a master of the sword garbed in blue, and his curved blade that was patterned after flowing water. Unleash a series of strikes akin to a dance. offering a glimpse into the legend. We got Pumpkinhead Ashes, we got the Imphead Wolf. I think we're good. There's obviously going to be a ton more things that I've wildly missed now that I've said that out loud. But that is all of the sites of grace that the wiki entry knows about, at least. And I'm taking that as a solid source. So I'm going to go check out this flowing curved sword and these gorgeous jellyfish while I'm at it. Let's go somewhere nice. Where's somewhere nice? Nope, nowhere nice. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go to the gate front. It's like the first group of enemies you fight in the entire game. Oh yeah. Prepare yourselves. Let's find this flowing sword. I feel like it should be in the scimitar category, but maybe that's foolish. Yes, there it is. Okay, we got a spinning slash. Here we go. It is not mercurial as I was expecting, which is a little strange. Because I thought it had the same name, the flowing title. Guessing that would be under Mace's. Nox flowing hammer? I guess Nox is the important part, rather than the flowing. But this one does like weird stuff, I thought. A little hard to see. Not that. There, that's what I was expecting the sword to do. But I guess it's not a Nox weapon, it's just a flowing sword. Worth a shot. I'm sure this is not fair for these regular guards. Like, what is he even holding? What witchery be this? Why is his hood so big? That's good stuff. Alright, with that, our current adventures in the lands between and the realm of shadow come to a bittersweet end. Here where it all began, using a weird-ass stretchy hammer. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This has been the adventure of a lifetime. I love these games. I cannot wait to see what comes next in this weird and wonderful world of ours. And I look forward to sharing it with you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all. Goodness me, 3.5 hours of it. I'm glad we were able to fill out our list of sites of grace. I feel riddled with grace and ready for love. Bye for a bit. I will see you on the next adventure, whenever that may be. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. My mouse isn't working. I guess I'll see you now. No, bye. I'll see you soon.